All right. Welcome again to another tutorial of the topic integration. So in this tutorial, we are going to study about the length of an arc. So look at this XY plane on your screen. You can see here the curve AB. So required to find the length of arc AB. Sasa tuseme length of arc AB naandikwa kama hivi, tuseme ni S. So we are required to find S. Hapa urefu kutoka A mpaka B kwenye hii arc, urefu ni nini? So in order to find the length of the arc AB, tumetengeneza ka kipande niseme kanaitwa arc RS. Arc RS. So arc RS ni kipande na urefu wake niseme length of RS, urefu wake ni delta S. So tutafute delta S and then tutaweza kupata S. So ili kutafuta delta S tumechora a vertical line SN and a horizontal line RN. Sasa angalia hiki ki RSN, hiki nini sijui nikiite. Iko ki RSN. Naogopa kukiita ki triangle kwanza kwa sababu huku kuna arc. It's not a straight line. But eventually we'll see that it's going to be a triangle. So to consider iko kinani, iko ki shape RSN. Hiki. So hiki ni ki shape chetu RSN. So urefu wa hii arc RS tumesema ni delta S. Urefu wa SN manake utakuwa ni delta Y. Alafu urefu wa RN utakuwa ni delta X. So hiki kipande ni kidogo. So this means that okay, RS is a small section niseme, is very small. Yaani kwa hiyo kwenye ile arc AB tulikata kipande RS ambacho ni kidogo. So delta S approach 0. Sasa lakini pia delta X approach 0 na delta Y pia approach 0, zote tatu kwa sababu ni kidogo. Sasa delta SC ikiwa ndogo, hii RS ni curve lakini itakuwa kama straight line. Yani ikiwa ndogo is almost equal to a straight line. So if this is almost equal to a straight line, then we have a right angled triangle RSN. So now we have a right angled triangle RSN. So now by Pythagoras theorem, Rn squared plus Sn squared ni sasa na Rs squared. Manake Rn sasa ni delta X squared plus delta Y ni Sn squared sasa na delta S squared. Now I'm going to divide by delta X everywhere. Kwa hiyo hapa itakuwa delta X, by delta X squared everywhere. Na huku I divide with delta X squared everywhere. Na huku I divide with delta X squared. So pum 1. Kwa hiyo inakuja kuwa ni hivi. Inakuja kuwa ni delta S squared over delta X squared ni sasa na 1 plus delta Y squared over delta X squared. So hii pia unaweza kuandika like this. Delta S over delta X squared is equal to 1 plus delta y over delta x squared. So this just means kwamba delta s over delta x kumbe ni sasa na the square root of 1 plus delta y over delta x squared, like that. So remember now tumesema but delta x approach 0. So here we're going to find the limiting value as delta x approach 0 ya hiyo delta s over delta x. Maana itakuwa sasa na the limiting value as delta x approach 0 ya 1 plus delta y over delta x squared. So you know the definition of differentiation. Unaweza ukaangalia ile story inaitwa incremental notation. So manake hii sasa ni ds dx. Kwa hiyo itakuwa sasa na 1 plus dy dx squared, like this. So I'm gonna times dx huku na dx huku. So my ds now is gonna be equal to the square root of 1 plus dy over dx squared times dx. But I'm looking for s. In order to look for s, I'll have to integrate both sides. Sasa remember s yangu from the diagram. Remember s is the length of arc AB ambayo inaanza at x equals to a mpaka at x equals to b. In order to get s, I'm going to integrate from x equals to a mpaka x equals to b. So ukiintegrate the s tunapata s. So s now itakuwa sasa na we integrate from a to b the square root of 1 plus dy dx squared, you integrate with respect to x. So this now is the formula for finding the length of an arc. We're going to use this formula to solve examples. I hope you have understood the derivation. Now let's go to the examples. Let's see example 1. Now this is example 1. Example 1 says, find the length of a curve given by y is equal to 5 minus 3x, where x starts from 1 and ends at 5. So we know the formula that the length of a curve is equal to, you integrate from a to b. This a is where the curve starts, and b is where the curve ends. So you integrate the square root of 1 plus dy dx squared with respect to x. So our a now, the curve begins at 1, so our a is going to be equal to 1. Then the curve ends at 5, so our b is going to be equal to 5. So what we need to find now here is dy dx. So we already have y, which is 5 minus 3x. So if I differentiate y with respect to x, I will only get negative 3 here. So dy dx is negative 3. So now I can put this 1 here, I can put 5 here, and I can put negative 3 here. So it becomes now the length of an arc is going to be equal from 1 to 5. You integrate the square root of 1 plus negative 3 squared. You integrate with respect to x. So our s now, it becomes, integrate from 1 to 5, negative 3 squared is 9, 1 plus 9 is the square root of 10 with respect to x. So the square root of 10 is a constant, so integrate Yes, you integrate the x. So when you integrate the x, you only get x. So it's the square root of 10 times x from 1 to 5. So our s is going to be equal to the square root of 10. So you're going to have 5 minus 1 ukiingiza hizi limits of integration. So the length of an arc is just 4 the square root of 10. There. If you want, you can simplify it further. Yeah, let's go now to example 2. So, labda ni conclude vizuri. Kwa hiyo length ya ile curve ile tuliopewa ni sasa na hiyo 4 square root of 10. Sina calculator, kwa hiyo naona uvivu kuangaika nalo. Kwa hiyo jibu hilo. Tuombe sasa somo linalofuata. Hii ni example 2. Example 2 anasema approximate to one decimal place the length of an arc of a curve given by this equation y square is equal to x power 3 from x equals to 0 to x equals to 4. So again formula yetu ni hii, integrate from a to b the square root of 1 plus the square of dy dx with respect to x. So the curve begins from x equals to 0, manake a ni 0, and then that's x equals to 4, manake b ni 4. So we need to find dy dx here. So now we have y squared is equal to x cubed here. So from here we're going to get dy dx. So we have y squared is equal to x cubed. Hii manake ni y ni sasa na the square root of x cubed. So hii manake ni y ni sasa na x power 3 over 2. So dy dx hapo itakuwa ni nini? Itakuwa ni 3 over 2x power 3 over 2 minus 1. So our dy dx now, it becomes 3 over 2x power 1 over 2. So our dy dx now, it becomes 3 over 2 the square root of x. So this now is our dy dx. Kwa hiyo dy dx tumepata ni 3 over 2 the square root of x. Kwa hiyo 0 taiweka hapa, 4 taiweka hapa na dy dx taiweka hapa. So let's get busy integrating ili tupate hiyo length of a curve. So length of a curve S itakuwa integrate from 0 to 4 the square root of 1 plus we have 3 over 2 the square root of x squared with respect to x. Kwa hiyo itakuwa ni S, manake you integrate from 0 to 4 the square root of 1 plus, so 3 square ni 9, 2 square ni 4, the square root of x squared ni x. So the square root ya hiyo with respect to x. So manake nini sasa? Manake s itakuwa sawa na we integrate from 0 to 4 1 plus 9 over 4x power half with respect to x. Now remember kwenye standard integrals tulisoma kwamba if you integrate a linear function power n with respect to x, hii sasa tuna 1 over a times ax plus b n plus 1 over n plus 1 plus c. So angalia tutorial inaitwa generalization of a list of standard integrals. Utakutana na hii formula hii. So sisi sasa tunataka tu integrate nini hapa? S yetu niseme S tumesema ni sasa na we integrate 1 plus 9 over 4x power half with respect to x from 0 to 4. So hii ni kama hii. So ax maanake 9 over 4x. Kwa hiyo 9 over 4 ndo nini? Ndo a sasa na 9 over 4 hapo, alafu b sasa ni 1. So you can see hii ni linear function, hii ni linear function. N sasa ni half. Kwa hiyo hii itakuwa sasa na 1 over a, manake 1 over 9 over 4 times, so we're going to have 1 plus 9 over 4 x power 1 over 2 plus 1 over 1 over 2 plus 1. So hatuweki plus c kwa sababu hii ni definite integral. So manake we're going to integrate from 0 to 4. Yeah. So 1 over 2 plus 1 ni 3 over 2. Yeah, 1 over 2 plus 1 ni 3 over 2. Kwa hiyo kumbe my s now ambayo nimesema ni sasa na integral ya huyu hapa 1 plus 9 over 4 x power half with respect to x. Kumbe sasa na 1 over 9 over 4 times. So here we're going to have 1 plus 9 over 4x power 3 over 2 over 3 over 2. Like this, from 0 to 4. So 3 times 9 is 27, and 4 times 2 is 8. Kwa hiyo hiyo itakuwa sasa na 1 plus 9 over 4x power 3 over 2 chini ya 27 over 8 from 0 to 4. So hii tunaweza ukaiandikaje sasa? Hii ni sasa na 8 over 27, 1 plus 9 over 4x power 3 over 2 from 0 to 4. So 8 over 27 ni constant, naweza nikaitoa nje. So it becomes 8 over 27, 1 plus 9 over 4x power 3 over 2 from 0 to 4. So hapa nilipofika sasa naweza nikaziingiza hizo limits of integration. Kwa hiyo itakuwa ni 8 over 27 mabano. So you're going to have 1 plus 9 over 4 times 4, hii huku 4 power 3 over 2 minus 1 plus 9 over 4 times 0, 0 manake lower limit, power 3 over 2. So 9 over 4 times 0 ni 0, 0 plus 1 ni 1. Wakati hapa ni 9 over 4 times 4 ni 9, 9 plus 1 ni 10, so itakuwa ni 8 over 27. So we're going to have 10 power 3 over 2 minus 1 power 3 over 2. So 1 power any number ni 1, 10 power 3 over 2 ni the square root of 1000. So our s now is sana 8 over 27. So we have the square root of 1000 minus 1. So ukifanya mwenyewe using your calculator utaona kwamba the length of arc ukisha approximate to 1 decimal point itakuwa ni 9.1. Kwa hiyo ni jibu la example 2. So let me say see you in the next tutorial.